Luke Jones here, back for Dartsnad. This week I'm delighted to be joined by 2016 PDO World Championship runner-up and one of Canada's greatest ever players, Jeff Smith. How are you, Jeff?
Not too bad, Luke. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Well, we'll start with the PDC Summer Series just gone. Obviously, it was a bit different to the other Pro Tours this year, where you had to stay in the bubble. What was that like for you? That must have been really strange.
It's slightly different. The darts themselves was quite okay, but just the fact that being able to get something to eat that wasn't hotel food or something along those lines was a bit different. But overall, no, it was a pretty good experience, really.
You had a really good week. You reached the second round on day 1 and 2, semi-final on day 3, which we'll come to in a moment, and then your first round in the last 2 days. What did you take from those days?
Yeah, a lot of valuable experience again. Obviously, I've played and beaten a couple of the world's top players there along that run. The matches that I lost, I was definitely in contention and had a bit of a bad luck on a couple of deflections or a Robin Hood that could have changed those matches as well. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I'm competing, and that's all you can ask for at this point.
Yeah, and you beat, on day 3, you beat some very good players. You beat Justin Pipe, Gary Blades, Nathan Aspinall, Mike DeDecker, and Peter Wright on the way to the semi-final, where you came up against a certain Michael Van Gerwen. He was playing unreal stuff that day. Before that semi-final, are you aware how well he's playing, or are you just completely focused on your own game?
Yeah, I was playing well. My finishing was going well, so I knew I was going to be in with a shout. But like I said, I know Michael had a dip when he played me, and it was probably, and I just kept telling myself, he's down, now's the time to hit him. And I think that's kind of put my own game off a little bit. But yeah, you can't complain with losing 7-4 to Michael Van Gerwen in the semi-final.
Yeah, that's not bad. And you went down 7-4, as you just said, but you must be pleased with another semi-final. On your first year back, you reached the final in the first Pro Tour of the year, and now a semi-final. You must be really chuffed with that.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the season. Like I said, obviously we all wish we've had a few more events that we could have been playing because of this virus, but yeah, it's off to a good start as far as the PDC Tour card is concerned, and hopefully as I gain more experience, and like I said, I'm starting to believe now that I belong there, and the results are showing on the board.
Is it frustrating for you? Because on the 5th day of the Summer Series, you were still in with an outside chance of qualifying for the match play. So are you disappointed that you've had less events? With more events, you might have got in?
That's a possibility, but like I said, I think Dan Dawson had interviewed me before and said I was in contention with the match play. And to be honest with you, I haven't paid attention to what I can or can't qualify. I'm just taking it one day at a time and just trying to play my best dart. So as long as I keep focusing that perspective, then I should be all right going forward.
You went to Q School this year, obviously, winning a tour card on day 3 by beating Seigo Asada. It's the second time you've held a tour card. Obviously, the first time was 2011, where you couldn't really commit to the tour. So what's changed in this 9 years now for you to fully commit to it?
Well, a lot of experience, really. Back when I qualified, I hadn't really done anything on an international plane. So you know what I mean? Just the fact that I put my time in through the BDO, and I've gained some valuable experience there. And obviously, I picked up a heck of a management company with ZWA Sports Management, and Will's been fantastic. Make sure I get to these events, and really the proof's in the pudding. So if you put the effort in, the rewards are there.
You've been staying with Darren Webster when you have been over here. When you've had a run of Pro Tour games, you have been staying over here. You've been staying with Darren Webster. What's it like having a friend like that who's putting you up when you're so far away from home?
It means the world because, like I said, for any player that comes in internationally, I'm not used to hanging out with most of these guys. So you're basically 3 or 4 walls and a door, and that's what you're living in the time that you're over there. So it's great to have a friend that you can go down for breakfast in the morning or a cup of tea later on. Like I said, we kind of have a friendly competition that whoever does the best, the other guy has to make the tea that evening. So unfortunately, he got me in the last day, but it was a good week down there.
It must be helpful as well having people around you with so much experience in the PDC.
Yeah, he's just a positive person. He's always usually in pretty good spirits, and he keeps everybody laughing. So when you're over there and you're having fun, your results are going to reflect. So if you're over there and you're not having a good time, it's going to reflect that way as well.
Yeah, and obviously you started off in the BDO. You had a hugely successful career. In 2015, you made your debut at the BDO World Championship at Lakeside. You got to the semi-final. You beat some established players in the BDO, such as Wesley Arms, Gary Robson, Robbie Green. Did you surprise yourself with how well you did that week?
No, I did. I knew going into that tournament the level of play that I was going to be up against and what I was throwing back here. So as long as the biggest thing was how it was going to react when I stepped on that stage, because it's a pretty iconic stage to step on. And like I said, right off the bat, my doubles went in. So you know what I mean. That's just kind of what I'm known for, is my finishing. And as soon as that first one went in, it was just I just rode the roller coaster from there on out.
And that is a big part of your game, innit? You may not average 100 every time you go up there, but you're one of those players, similar to James Wade, really. When you're on a finish where you need one treble, you're really dangerous. You can't leave those type of finishes.
Yeah, I've made a career on combination finishing, and like I said, it pulled me through against Peter Wright there on the semi-final run, but and Nathan Aspinall, same thing. But every once in a while, we all miss a shot here or there, and it can put you out at that level. But yeah, I've been pretty happy. Just a mid-95 player, but very dangerous on the double.
You continued that form the next year. Then you got to the semi-final of the BDO World Trophy, and then you rocked back up at Lakeside. Obviously, having reached the semi-finals the year before. What are your expectations going into this one?
Yeah, obviously, I felt I could win it. You know what I mean? That as far as the Canadian Tour goes, we kind of had a run-in as far as how you qualified. So while I was over playing majors, the rest of the players in Canada were having the opportunity to pick up points. So the only way I was going to get back to Lakeside is I had to reach a semi-final or final.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, that's how I was able to get back.
Obviously, it didn't go quite as planned in your first ever final, world final. You went down 7-1 to Scott Waits. You didn't play like you can play. What did you take away from it? Was you disappointed, or was it a case of looking back and proud of your achievement?
Yeah, like I said, I was hugely disappointed with the result in the final. But like I said, when you look back now, I've had a pretty successful stint when I was at the Lakeside. You know what I mean? The preparation was perfect in all my other matches, and that one, it was interviews late at night, and like I said, a lot of messages from back home, kept my phone dinging off, which, like I said, I just didn't get the sleep that I needed, and the energy wasn't there. So, and it reflected in the scoreline.
Yeah, and then obviously from there, you by getting to the final, you reached the Grand Slam in 2016, and you got to the last 16, going down to Phil Taylor. What was that like, your first PDC tournament, and getting to the last 16?
Yeah, I had a great group there. Like I said, had a big win against Simon to get through. We were in a head-to-head match, and like I said, I knew I was going to get to play Taylor next, and to step onto that stage in Wolverhampton with the crowd that was behind him, it still gives me goosebumps today for how loud it was. But definitely was out of my element. But like I said, played fairly well, just the same.
Yeah, and then from there, you in your third Lakeside appearance and final Lakeside appearance, you lost in the second round, and then you made your debut at the PDC World Championships the following year, where you went down to Gary Anderson in the first round. What's the differences between, you played at both venues, Lakeside and Ali Pali? What's the difference between the two?
Yeah, it's obviously level of play is a big one. Like I said, just massive crowds and lots of noise at the PDC, where the BDO is kind of a quiet setting. They cheer when you hit your big score, but when you go back to the line, it's just a different environment completely. But they're both great in their own right.
Yeah, as I say, Lakeside it's completely quiet and they respect the player. And then when you go to the Ali Pali, it's all about the atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I'm probably the first player in history to walk on his first leg at Ali Pali and take it a 170 in the first leg. So I was instantly all right with crowd after I hit that shot. So.
Yeah, and the following year you booked you go back there. You lost again in the first round, but you narrowly went down 3-2 to Josh Payne. So that must have been pleasing to obviously get more legs this time and show that you've got a future in the PDC.
Yeah, and that's it's exactly that. It's just that was a match that I felt I could have won against Josh, but Josh has been around the PDC longer than I have, and he was a little bit more experienced when it came to getting the job done. So, but yeah, like I said, from that to now, I've put the time in, the effort in, the practice in, and like I said, there's only one way up from here, and that is up. So hopefully we can continue on the pace that we are, and just continue to get better.
And you're looking good to return to the Ali Pali. Well, if it goes ahead as planned now in December, you're looking good to qualify by the Pro Tour Order of Merit.
Yeah, it's like I said, as long as I just keep putting in the results when I can, where I can, and just keep adding to the prize money, and hopefully Ali Pali Players Championship Finals, there's lots of potential there, maybe a Grand Prix,
yeah.
But just going to have to continue to play well and get better as I go.
And if you did qualify for the Grand Prix, you'd be a really dangerous player because it's a double in start and obviously doubles your strength.
Yeah, it's a lot of the reason for that is we play double in, double out here in Canada. Obviously, players like John Park, you've seen he's had quite successful runs there as well because it just suits his game. He's very dangerous around the outer ring.
Yeah. I said after the first Pro Tour event this year where you got to the final, I said, I think Jeff Smith's going to win one this year with the quality of darts you showed. Is that your goal now for the next couple of years? Do you see yourself winning one of them?
I do see myself winning, hopefully more than one of them. But like I said, it's just a matter of you got to get the first one before you get the second one. So you're going to have a little bit of pressure on yourself from that standpoint to get one. But there's no reason why I can't. So just got to stay positive and think you can, then you can.
And you'll obviously be playing on the European tour as well, which you have brilliant crowds. You wouldn't mind winning one of those either, would you?
Yeah, those are the events that the order merit money drives up so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's important to qualify for those. And I did qualify for the one in Germany, but obviously because of the whole outbreak, then that was canceled. But hopefully it's replaced with something else down the line. And definitely, the more you can qualify for televised events, the better the chance is you're going to drive yourself up into that 64. Stick around for a while.
And that European tour moved back now. That's a huge shame because that would have been before the match play, and obviously that's where you could have got that extra money.
Yeah, it's like I said, everybody really is in the same boat. It would have been nice to have the events, but like I said, unfortunately, we can't control what the world's doing right now. And just on the event that they had in Milton Keynes, if they're doing what they have to as far as creating these bubbles, and we have to as players adhere to that, then so be it. But I think we're all happy just to get back playing darts again.
Yeah, and it has been talked now of after these 5 days, this summer series, of doing it again next year. And obviously, hopefully it'd be without the social distancing and things. Would you like to see that again?
Yeah, for me, you can't get a better setup because normally that trip would have taken me three weekend trip over there. So yeah. I can do it one straight week and head straight back home. It's actually fantastic for me or most international players, but it's going to be difficult for those guys at work. You know what I mean? But I'd definitely be the first one up to support it. There's no doubt about it.
And with the calendar now, it could be difficult to get it in really because it's jam packed, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of missing events that they've got to make up. So it's interesting. I wouldn't want to be on the PDC executive right now or the PDP trying to figure this stuff out. But they're doing a great job so far.
Yeah. Obviously, it's been announced that the World Cup will be taking place in November. I think it's been moved to Austria now. You made one appearance in 2013. Are you looking forward to representing your country again?
Yeah, there's nothing better than pulling your country's colors on, and you know you've got the support from your family and friends back home, and like I said, North America in general, because I know we usually get along well with the States teams as well. So hopefully we're looking forward to see who it is from the U.S. that gets to go over, and we usually make a good trip out of it. So.
And do you know who will be your partner yet, or is it a qualifying system?
Yeah, it's currently a qualifying system. Like I said, your three main contenders right now in the order of merit through the CDC would be Jim Long and Matt Campbell and possibly Kylie Edmonds as well. But with today's calendar, it's hard to say because they've lost all their events as well. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I'll be looking forward to playing with whoever it is.
And Canadian darts is not in a bad place at the moment. Last year World Cup, Dawson, Michelle, and Jim Long, they done really well. They ended up narrowly going out to the Netherlands. What do you make of Dawson Michelle? Because obviously he's having time off the tour now, but he's still young.
Yeah, he's actually somewhat of a protege of mine. He moved there to go to school and played on my dart team actually because he lives on the other side of Canada. So I've known Dawson since he's probably been about 13 or 14, and obviously seen some ability in him, and it makes you want to help a kid like that out. But I think he's done the right thing. You know what I mean? He went over, he gave it a go, and he's still young enough. He needs to get his schooling in. And spoke with him the other day, and he's actually looking at getting back playing again. So, which I hope he does because he's a credit to the sport.
I think sometimes having a year out is good. You look at people like Paul Nicholson, Mark Webster. When you're losing all the time, it's gotta be really difficult. So sometimes it's just good to step back, regroup, and go again.
Yeah, you just got to hit that reset button sometime, and not get too down on yourself because it's you got to remember this is the hardest room in the world to win a dart game. So if when you're on it, it feels fantastic, but when you're not, it can definitely go the other way. So stay positive and keep moving.
So what do you make of Canadian darts at the moment? Obviously, John Part he's obviously getting older now. He's not on the tour anymore. You were the poster boy, really, of Canadian darts at the minute.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird scenario for me because I've looked up to guys like John and Bob Seneve as well. He was kind of the leading light that started it, and John took it to a whole different level.
Yeah.
But it's great to have the support that I have back here, and like I said, so I'm just loving every minute of it, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Is there any good youngsters coming through in Canada right now?
Yeah, Canada's full of top-notch dart players. So You know what I mean. The youth program is really, really well. That's how I started in Canada back when I was probably 13 or 14, and 44 now. So it's been around a long time, and I think they do a wonderful job for the kids. So.
You mentioned there you're 44, but you see a lot of more players now, well into their 40s, doing well. Like Joseph De Souza last year broke through, won 2 titles in his first season. You got Christoph Ratajski, yourself. So it shows it's one of those sports where you don't need to be a young man to compete at the top.
Yeah, it's not a contact sport, so the body stays intact. It's just more or less keeping yourself physically fit because it can go the other way because you're living out on the road and in hotel rooms. So you just got to eat properly and keep yourself half fit, and you can stick around the game a long time.
Well, you're not doing a bad job of it, Jeff. I'm going to end with one question, what I ask everyone, and I'm going to put you on the spot a bit here. Who are your top 5 greatest players of all time, going from 5 to number 1?
Number 5, I'm going to go with probably going to say John Part.
Yeah, got to get John in there.
Yeah, number 4, James Wade for me.
Yeah.
Number 3 would be Adrian Lewis. And number 2, Phil Taylor. And number 1, Michael Van Gerwen.
Oh, that's a debatable one. It's hard to put 1 and 2 in it because you've got Phil Taylor who's won 16 world titles, and Michael Van Gerwen's took the level up again, hasn't he?
Yeah, the level of play you got to base on equipment stuff too. You remember Taylor was winning tournaments on half the size triples with bigger wires, and you know what I mean. you got to. It's an era that you got to look at. No different than Priestley dominated it for a couple of years back in the early '90s, right? So it's to each their own. I think that you know what I mean. I think Michael's more talented, but I think Will has the better brain as far as getting the job done. So.
And now Michael's part of the Winmore stable, like you said. What's that like having him part of the same stable as you?
Yeah, it's phenomenal, really, because he's also with my manager as well. So I get along good with Michael, and like I said, he's a credit to the sport, and obviously it's a huge signing for Winmouth. Adds credibility to companies that they didn't really need because they are one of the best that there is, and but yeah, to be in the same camp as him it's pretty surreal, really.
And they're based in South Wales, like myself.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward. I got to get down, talk to my manager about possibly designing my version 2 of my dart. So I'm going to get down and hopefully and get on the design down there, which would be nice.
I'm looking forward to that, Jeff. And obviously, I wish you all the best now going into the rest of the season. We don't know when the next Pro Tours are going to be, but I'm sure hopefully they won't be too long, and hopefully you can win a title and kick on.
That sounds great to me. I wouldn't mind at all.
Well, thanks for joining me, Jeff. I know you had a long flight yesterday, so I really appreciate you coming on.
All right. Appreciate the call, Luke. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, mate. Bye.